Hello and Shabbat Shalom to you. I feel like we just saw each other yesterday. Here we are, Friday, about to enter Shabbat together. Shabbat essentially of Hazinu. This is essentially the last Torah portion in the whole Torah. I mean, we still have Vezot HaBracha, which is a Torah portion, but one that connects to Simchat Torah. That's the piece that we end the Torah with, and then begin again with Genesis. So this is essentially the last Torah portion in the whole Torah. And I will say that some people say that today, by the way, is one of the most important days of the year, because today, Friday, is the day after the conclusion of Yom Kippur, and many believe that today is the most important day of the year because this is the day that we really make the decisions to do the things that we've talked about and prayed about, the changes we want to make, the renewed relationships that we've talked about, all the fixes that we've been thinking about while fasting and standing and banging our chests. Today starts all of that. So not only are we connecting to Hazinu, but also reflecting on the fact that we were just together yesterday. Hazinu is a poem. It is, if you look at a Torah scroll anywhere in the world, any Torah scroll, the text structure looks differently. They're in columns. There's usually the Torah text is in one big sort of block column, but the Hazinu has these two thin columns, almost that looks like some kind of special poem. And the poem is one that Moses gives to the Israelites as part of the 37-day-long speech he has been giving to them all through the book of Deuteronomy. Hazinu means to give ear. It's sort of like friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears. It's almost like that. Give full listen to what I'm saying, and that's what happens in this poem. But what I'd like to reflect on is this idea that once again we just finished Yom Kippur, and Hazinu is a poem that Moses gives. And what's interesting is that Moses, when we met him, had some kind of a speech impediment of some kind, right? There was some slow of speech, slow of tongue. He was a reluctant leader. And now, at the end of his time leading the Israelites, he's 120 years old, we find out last week. He gives a poem, this long poem, which means that he has had his own personal growth through this whole process as well. And so I think it fits beautifully to reflect on Moses' growth in Ha'azinu and our growth as well, now reflecting on the promises and the vows we talked about all through these days together from Rosh Hashanah through Yom Kippur. And now, like I said, this day is when it all really begins, when we start to make these changes and this growth. So a special thanks to Moses for showing us his growth in the way that he went and now shares this poem with us. And now we look to each other for our growth as we move forth into our lives, into our relationships, back into the world that we're all trying to make sense of. So I hope that we do so with lots of care and love and thought, like we have been so focused on these last days. Services tonight, 7 p.m. Can't wait to see you. And tomorrow morning, 8:30 is our Torah discussion about Ha'azinu, about giving ear. Please don't forget to register for all of those services. We look forward to seeing you very, very soon. And Shabbat Shalom.